This is verse 34 of the 12th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, an ongoing discussion between Jesus and the religious leaders who, of course, have accused him of performing miracles in the power of Satan. And Jesus is, in no uncertain terms, pointing out that the very heart that would make such a claim against a evident display of the goodness of Christ among us represents a kind of malevolent attitude which itself can only be inspired by hell. And he says as much as we come to verse 34. So we have genemata. This is from genema. It means a generation. It's related to the word genea, which means a generation, a time-limited, 25 to 40-year generation. Based on that is a verb genao, which means to give birth. And this is the noun form of that. So a person born of a certain generation would be the idea. So the generation, you born of this generation, and then this noun, ekinon. This is from echidna, which means a viper, a snake, a poisonous serpent, is the idea. So generation of vipers. Jesus, of course, addressing himself to these religious leaders who have given evidence of that level of hostility in their hearts by the accusations that they've brought. He asked the question pos. This is an indeclinable adverb, means how. Dunestha, from dunamai, I am able. This is the second person plural, present active indicative. How are you able? Agatha, this is from agathos, means good, especially morally good. This is the neuter, so it's the neuter accusative. How are you good things? How are you able good things? Lalain, from laleo, to speak. This is the present infinitive. So how are you able good things to speak? Poniroi, again, morally evil is the idea. Poniros. This is, of course, the plural nominative of this evil one's own tests, from os usa, own, which means one who is a present participle, derived from a being is the idea. It's rendered as being. How are you able good things to speak, being in a state of evil? How is it even possible for you to do that? And in some ways, you might actually say, on one hand, it might be a question saying, how is it that you can possibly do this? Because you do say some good things. That's a possibility. I think it's more likely. The sense of it is simply that no matter how hard you try, you are not able to say good things, and that probably is a little closer to Jesus' point here. And of course, the exhibit of that is this accusation they've only just now made. Continuing, ek, preposition with the genitive, out of, postpositive gar, for out of, to perisumatos, from perisuma. This is a word that means abundance. It means you could have an abundance of anything, an abundance of food or water or whatever. It's just a noun that means an abundance. So out of the abundance, tes cardias, of the heart, referring to the heart of these, of course. To stoma, the word for mouth. The stoma, lale, speaks. Just the same word as we had over here, lale, from laleo, to speak. So what's in your heart is ultimately going to come out of your mouth. And we've seen exactly that in this most recent conversation in which you've made these outrageous accusations with respect to the good things that Jesus is doing.